Unorthodox.
What's up everyone, Gannon here, and today I'm going to be talking about a devil fruit concept that I would love to see in the One Piece series, and especially in the Wano Kuni arc. Since chapter 97 of One Piece, with the introduction of the Moku Moku no Mi, we've seen a lot of different interesting variations of Logia fruits, or devil fruits that allow their user to become, create, and control an element or force of nature. It's been said that for a devil fruit to become a Logia type, that it needs to follow its basic definition, and to be a pure element of nature. We know this to have a lot of inconsistencies with the appearance of Blackbeard's fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi, and there was also the time that the Mochi Mochi no Mi was stated to be a Logia in the Shonen Jump release, but was later changed to a special paramecia in the actual volume because of the inconsistencies. It's also important to mention that all three non-canon Logia fruits are not pure substances of nature, consisting of paper, candy, and even jelly. It's important to state this because the rules and regulations of Logias have been inconsistent in the past, and the slight inconsistency with the devil fruit I'm mentioning today can probably be overlooked considering the evidence. As you could probably tell by the intro, I'd really be happy to see a Cherry Blossom Logia show up in Wano. I'm not expecting or theorizing that it is going to take place, I'm just saying that with the introduction of Wano Country and its very traditional Japanese appearance, with it making many references to feudal/traditional Japanese art and culture, that a cherry blossom themed devil fruit ability would complement the arc immensely. I'm imagining the user to be a very beautiful, slender, and wise geisha female who has a sadistic side. I imagine her to be one of the top officers who assisted in creating the coup against the Kozuki clan in Wano. She'll be a minor boss villain in the Wano arc similar to Monet, but a lot more intelligent and dangerous. I'm thinking we'll need a lot more characters like this in Wano, because I feel like Wano needs to be an arc where all the Straw Hats need to get into individual battles, similar to Alabasta. You could say that Logias have to be an element like magma, ice, or light, but not every Logia follows this element power. When filler devil fruits are created, they go to Oda and have to have their devil fruits approved, and if a paper Logia could be created like it was for a game, it wouldn't be absolutely outside the trend for a cherry blossom fruit to be created. I see a lot of potential for this fruit, as the beautiful attacks would follow the motif of the Wano Kuni arc with blossoms flowing around. Like how the art of Wano has been tranquil and flowing, a cherry blossom fruit would complement the atmosphere Oda is setting up. As for the abilities of the fruit, a Logia would obviously make you intangible to normal attacks without Haki or an elemental advantage, and like other Logias, the user would be able to summon the cherry blossoms at will and control them. Now you might think that this ability to control leaves might not be very powerful, but for the attack style of Wano, you couldn't be further off. Wano is all about strong and sharp attacks, which relates to being able to control the hardness and sharpness of the leaves with Haki, and being able to summon branches to help control the leaves. I know the branches would be a departure from traditional Logia style, but the potential for the art and power, and the ability to create and control branches would be worth breaking an unestablished rule. Now, you could even support this by saying that this could not just be a cherry blossom Logia, but a cherry blossom tree Logia. No Logia so far has done it that way, but at the same time, no Logia so far has had the potential or artistic necessity to be able to do that. Imagine this particular character just straight up got cut in half, and then an absolute awesome explosion of cherry blossoms would then follow. This fruit should be a Logia to keep both Wano and the higher tiers of the verse more varied. We know from the Beast Pirate's reputation, we could see at most in the low hundreds of zone fruits, though many being smileys. Everyone having zone abilities would quickly get stale, so in the ranks of the Wano fighters and the samurai there should be at least one Logia and some paramecia to keep the arc's combat interesting and varied. As for why it should be a Logia, there haven't been enough powerful Logias since the time skip. The Logias we've seen so far have been more than underwhelming. With Caribou being weak and Monet being easily taken out by Zoro, high potential Logias like Treble and Katakuri have both been changed into a paramecia instead. Pre-time skip, the Logia fruits got a lot of hype, with Smoker being seen as a threat, and the three admirals all having Logia fruits. It's supposed to be the rarest and most powerful type of fruit, but since the time skip, its throne as the strongest has been replaced with a huge influx of powerful paramecia. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be saying that this might have too many drastic differences from a traditional Logia fruit, and that's totally cool, but this could also very well be a special paramecia similar to the Mochi Mochi no Mi. I just feel like it being the Logia class brings the fruit a little bit more elegance and rarity to the ability. As for the user of the fruit herself, like I said earlier, I see her as a beautiful and slender Oda-style woman. Considering the two common motifs of Wano Kuni, the cherry blossoms, and the stage woman playing the shamisen, it wouldn't be too unreasonable to see her as a devil fruit user. Considering that she appears to be presiding over the events of the chapter, it also makes sense that she'd be the high-ranking Wano official who has her eyes on everything. And as I said about her being a wise woman, und with a little bit of Schadenfreude, her mask is a traditional Japanese mask called the kitsune, which was used in performances during intermission between acts and more important plays. The character wearing the mask would be a clever fox whose tricky nature could be quite pinned down, which is how I see her, and her fight being a sort of break from other fights, so we wouldn't see the same fight for entire chapters and chapters on end. And the woman being set up to somehow be related to cherry blossoms and overseeing the events of the arc, plus her relationship with the Japanese culture and plays, I believe is hinting towards her being an important figure in the arc. And with some sort of cherry blossom related ability, the idea of a cherry blossom Logia would be interesting and helpful to the overall arc. With its motifs and atmosphere, adding more powerful Logias would be helpful to hold the hype Logias used to have and add more variability to Wano's powers and the post-time skip power. Parts of it, like the ability to control branches and cherry blossoms, would be a departure from tradition, but not from the rules, and its merits as an interesting ability would far outweigh the tradition it breaks. Anyways guys, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Cherry Blossom Logia / Special Paramecia idea I've had. If you guys couldn't tell, this was a scripted video, my first ever one. I didn't enjoy writing the script that much, I actually needed help from my buddy Nick, but that doesn't really matter what I think, it matters what you guys think, so tell me what you think about this format, if it sounds better, more professional, and if you prefer it, or if you would actually just prefer listening to me with my normal voice and my thoughts and kind of how I flow regularly. I have been kind of procrastinating on this video because of the script, and I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in like a week, but I am going to be trying out this kind of 7-day challenge thing where I upload every day for 7 days, quality video for you guys. So let's hope that I can get that done. But anyways guys, with that, I'm going to have to see you in the next one.